everyone, it's the last day of Insect Week, and before we get to our writing, I wanted to show you a few cool things as well as do some review. So first thing I wanted to show you is this really cool ladybug book I have. And I like this book because not only are there a lot of great visuals, but some of them are clear. So here you see the top of the ladybug, and then you can see the bottom. And I really wanted to show this one because when I first looked at the ladybug, I was wondering where all three body parts were, right? There's supposed to be a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. And it's really hard to see from the top because the wings are covering up most of the body. So if you look at the bottom, you can see it a lot better, right? Over here we have the head with the antennae, we've got the thorax with the 6 legs, and then the abdomen where the digestive tract is. So hopefully, if you were wondering the same thing, that cleared it up. I also have these really cool bugs. Some of them are insects, some are spiders, and they are real. They're not alive, but they're real. And I'm going to show you just a couple. So the first one I wanted to show you is the lychee stink bug. Here it is. So it's called a stink bug because it can squirt out a stinky fluid that can cause an itchy rash. So it sprays out the fluid like a liquid and it'll make you all itchy. So that's how it protects itself. The other one I wanted to show you is called the blister beetle. It also makes a substance, like a liquid or a fluid, that will make your skin blister up if it touches you. So you really have to be careful around some insects. Not all are harmful or out to hurt you, but some of them, if you get too close or try to touch them, you might be surprised at what they can do. So the last thing I wanted to do for review is go over our word cards. So we did this for Mammal Week, but I'll remind you how we do it. If the card has to do with insects, I'm going to see a thumbs up. If it's not something that has to do with insects, thumbs down. Okay, so let's get started. The first card says warm-blooded. Are insects warm-blooded? Nope. Thumb down. Cold-blooded. If they're not warm-blooded, they're cold-blooded. Has hair. Do insects have hair? Thumbs down. 6 legs. Thumbs up. Swim with fins. Do insects swim with fins? I should see thumbs down. Do they lay eggs? They do. They do not give birth to live babies. They lay eggs. Do they have scales? We'll talk about scales when we get to Reptile Week. Do they have a hard exoskeleton? Yes. Let's see, this says has feathers. Do insects have feathers? No. That would look cool, but no. Gives birth to live young. No, we already said they lay eggs. Drinks milk. Do insects drink milk? No. When we learned about the bumblebee, we saw that they make honey for their babies, but mammals drink milk. 2 antennae. Definitely. Gills to breathe. We haven't talked about this yet. We'll get to gills when we talk about fish. Has wings. That would be a middle thumb, right? Some insects have wings, but not all of them, right? When we made our own bugs, that was optional. All right. Hopefully, you know all the traits of an insect. Now, the last thing we have to do is finish our writing. So yesterday, you took some notes in your journal where you answered 3 questions, right? We asked, what does it look like? Where does it live? Describe its home. And what does it do? What does it eat? So you can take out this page. I actually recommend taking it out of your journal so that you can look at it when you write your paragraph instead of flipping back and forth, right? So just rip it out. After you write your paragraph, you won't need this anymore. Okay, so you should have your notes and you should be open to a new page on your journal. And once again, we are going to put the date in the corner and put your title in the middle. Okay, so I don't want to show you everything yet. So the date is April 24th, 2020, and your title is A New Bug. We always start with the date and title when we are writing. Okay, so I am going to help you get started. The first thing we do when we write a paragraph is start with a topic sentence. We also start with an indent. So I'll put this up closely for you. Remember, the indent is this space where you start a new paragraph. Everything else will go along the red line. You only need to indent the first sentence of a paragraph. Okay? Now we are going to start our paragraph by introducing our bugs. So we're going to write, I discovered a new bug. I'm calling it A, and then you have to come up with a name for your bug. All right, so I've already come up with a name for my bug. I'm gonna go ahead and write it in. While I do that, why don't you pause this so you can have everything written down before we move forward. All right, so go ahead and pause, and I'll continue in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so I wrote that in. I decided to call my bug a pink lady cactus ant. Remember, my bug looks like an ant. It lives in a cactus. It's pink. It's a girl. So pink lady cactus ant. Try to come up with a name that matches what your bug looks like or how they act, right? You can always look at your notes from yesterday to get some ideas. Right? You should all have a lot of ideas on here. So take a minute to name your bug and write that in your introduction. So I discovered a new bug. I'm calling it a pink lady cactus ant. So the next part, I'm going to need my notes. I'm going to start off by looking at question number 1. What does it look like? I'm going to use all my ideas and put them in complete sentences. So make sure you're using complete sentences now, but you should have all the big words and important information here already. So you've already done the hard part. Now it's just copying it down and organizing it. So let me show you what mine looks like all typed up so you can see an example. I'll share my screen. Okay, here we go. A new bug. You can see my introduction at the top. Right, I discovered a new bug. I'm calling it a pink lady cactus ant. And then this next section that I'm highlighting all answers question number 1, right? What does it look like? So I'll read you my sentences. I wrote, this bug has a pink body. It has 4 yellow legs and 2 yellow claws. It also has 2 yellow antennae and sharp teeth. There are 6 green and blue wings on its back. Now, if you want to use this to help you with coming up with different ways to start your sentences, go ahead and use it. So, for example, you can write, this bug has a, and then tell me what color body. So instead of a pink body, maybe yours has a blue body. Okay, then you just have to change one word. It has, okay, then tell me what it has. You can use the word and to make your sentence longer. It also has, there are, these are all ways you can start your sentences. And then you just fill in the details with your notes from yesterday. Okay, so go ahead, write out some sentences to answer the first question. Remember, this is a paragraph, so you want to fill up each line before you go to the next line, and you're going to keep everything lined up on that red line on the left-hand side. So the only line that's moved forward is that first one where we had the indent, okay? So if you want to pause this so you can see my example, you can, and go ahead, write the first part, and then we'll go on to question number 2, all right? I'm gonna move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay. We're gonna move on to question 2 now. I'm going to move this up. I'll highlight what I wrote about for question 2. Question 2 was, where does it live? Describe its home. So I used my notes. I only had 3 things on here for question number 2. So this part was short. So I used those to write, the pink lady cactus ant lives in the desert. The weather is dry and sunny there. Its home is a hole in a barrel cactus. So again, use my example to help you. So instead of the pink lady cactus ant lives in the desert, you can say the, whatever the name of your bug is, lives in, and tell me where it lives. All right, and then 2 more sentences. You can say the weather is, and its home is. All right, if those don't work for your details, you can change the sentences to fit what you need. Okay, but please use my example to help you. So go ahead, answer question 2. Remember, keep it in paragraph form. You should go ahead and pause now. And I will move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, on to part 3. So for part 3, we said, what does it do? What does it eat? So I answered question 3 here. And I wrote, the pink lady cactus ant eats the pulp from a cactus. It flies around the desert. It makes a stinky smell so animals won't eat it. Okay, so you're going to use your notes to now add to your paragraph and tell me, what does your insect do? What does it eat? And then after you've done that, we'll go over the closing sentence. So pause this if you need to. I'll move on in 3, 2, 1. Okay, closing sentence time. Remember, the paragraph is like a sandwich. So you have your bread on top and the bread on the bottom, and then all the meat and lettuce, tomato in the middle. So in a paragraph, you have your topic sentence and your closing sentence with all the main information in the middle. So all the important details, those are in the middle. The topic and the closing are just a way to kind of say, hello, this is what I'm talking about, and goodbye, I'm done. So it's an introduction and a closing. It lets the reader know really what you're doing. You're starting, you're ending. So to close our paragraph, I wrote, the pink lady cactus ant is incredible. So all you have to do is change the name, pink lady cactus ant, to the name of your insect. And then for the last word, pick whatever adjective you want. You can use incredible. You could use awesome, fantastic, wonderful, amazing, fantastic, dangerous, really cool. The list goes on and on. So use your imagination to come up with a word that describes your bug. And then you are done, right? That's it. Let me take a look at the lesson plan. So you do need to submit this. It's your last assignment of the week. Okay. So I did put a template in the lesson plan that you can use if you'd rather do that. That's okay. Or, you know, hopefully you were able to finish it just by following this video. You are going to upload it onto ClassDojo under the assignment called Insect Report. And I do want you to type it. This will be your typing time for today. So you don't have to do typing.com or typingclub.com. You'll just type up whatever you wrote in your journal, your paragraph on your bug. And I know it's a lot of typing, so please just do as much as you can. And then if you really need help, you can ask someone to help you. But if you can do it all on your own, that would be really awesome. Because remember, we really need to become good typers. It just takes practice. So that is it for today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And on Monday, we will be starting Bird Week. All right, I even wore my bird earrings in anticipation. Actually, I have a lot of bird earrings, I realized. So I'll probably wear a different pair every day next week. Okay, everyone. See you Monday. Bye.